Good morning, everybody. We are back again doing the show that is called the Big R Solution Sports Program. My name is the Sober Boys Walifatsi from the Big R. The plan I was supposed to be joined by Sheikh Mangwa Bangwenya. He indicated that he's going to join me soon. But nevertheless, we have to continue. Then he will join us along the way. You may be asking, what is the burning issue that we'd like to discuss? We got the news that Cristiano Ronaldo has held an urgent meeting with his agent, George Mendes. The issue is centered around his unhappiness with what is unfolding at Man United. Rangnick, we know that there are problems. Some players are not happy with his methods. And then we don't know whether the issue has to center around Rangnick or Man United as a whole. But Ronaldo is worried about his legacy. He doesn't see himself winning anything with this group of players. So he's evaluating his situation. So hence he has called his agent, and then so that they can explore what could be the next step. Now, the question is, do you agree that that should be the action that Ronaldo should take? Or should Cristiano Ronaldo be a leader and make sure that when the team is facing this crisis, he brings them together and rally everybody together? Remember, he's wielding so much support. He's really loved at Old Trafford. He's loved by senior officials. One of those is Sir Alex Ferguson, and the supporters loves him too. So don't you think that this is the opportunity for him to rally around and show leadership instead of him being a crybaby, complaining, all right, that with this team, I don't see myself doing anything. So, and then he's thinking of probably leaving the team. And now, remember, there are a lot of youngsters who are playing for Man United who are looking up to him. Your Jesse Lingard, your Rashford, Remember at some point, Solskjaer, as soon as he has arrived, he made him to talk to the players because the players were looking up to him to motivate the players. At some point, things were bad at Man United. We are told, according to reports, that the players were dejected, and then it was Ronaldo with his leadership in the dressing room that rallied them around and made them to focus to a point whereby the players felt that they need a player like him to serve as a communicator or the buffer between them and the technical staff. So, that's how the players regard him at Man United. But now, if now the players hear all these things, that now he's calling the press conference to ensure that he's not coming to he wants his manager to look at the matter. Do you think what should be the problem? Do you think there is something that should be looked at? If you as a fan there, in whatever corner that you are sitting, What's your take? Do you really think this is what Cristiano Ronaldo should do? Or do you think that Cristiano Ronaldo should behave differently? So now that's the question today. How should Ronaldo respond? Remember, he is not alone. At some point, Messi had the same situation. And then remember when before Messi left, he has been saying, guys, if you don't buy quality players, I'm out. He was watching that space very closely. But if you compare very closely, Messi has been carrying Barcelona for 5 years with no names. And then I remember somebody once said, the commentators in Germany, they said when Barcelona was losing, that this team, which is mediocre, Messi made them look like a real contender, and they are not a contender. Don't you think this is the time where Ronaldo should stand up and show his leadership and say, you know what, you know what, this is what I should go out there and prove everybody. And guess what? If Ronaldo can succeed with this group, the respect that he's gonna gain, you know, the respect that he's gonna gain, you know, everybody's gonna respect him and say, here's Cristiano Ronaldo. He has done well with a team that was not even promising, but here we are. We are winning trophies, and the players definitely are going to look up to him. Shakes, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Prasobri.
Yeah, I realized that we're struggling. I was also having a problem with Zoom. Zoom was updating. So that is why we started a bit late, but it's fine. It's fine. Shakes, the topic to discuss. We hear that Ronaldo has called an urgent meeting with his agent, Josh Mendes. He's not happy with what is unfolding at Man United. He thinks that, that this is according to reports, all right? It's not what Ronaldo say, it's reports that we are picking up. He says with this squad, he does not see himself winning anything. Now he's evaluating his position. Do you really think this is an appropriate time for Ronaldo to do this? Now, I was giving all the background. You know, remember Ronaldo is highly respected at Man United by officials, by players. You have players like Jason Lingard, who grew up idolizing him, Rashford, and so on. And when he arrived, remember Solskjaer at some point said, can he motivate the players? That's what he did. That's how they are looking up to him. At some point, there was a problem at Man United with Solskjaer, and the players were saying, he stood up, he talked to them. After that, they came back, they did well. And they even felt that maybe he should play a better role of being the buffer or the connection between them and the technical staff. Now, we hear this now. Ronaldo is not happy. So my question is this appropriate for Ronaldo to do this? What is it gonna do to his legacy? And guess what? I'm comparing this with Messi. It was said if Xavi left, Messi is gonna struggle. Xavi left, Messi never struggled. Then they said if Iniesta leaves, Messi is gonna struggle. Iniesta leaves, Messi never struggled. Then they said if Neymar, even Ronaldo said Neymar is the one who's creating goals for Messi. Messi left. I mean, Neymar left. Messi continued. And then I heard the commentators when they were commentating between Bayern Munich and Barcelona. saying this mediocre team, Messi made them to look like a real contenders, and they are not. So Messi has been carrying this team for 5 years, and Messi was prepared to stay. Now, do you really think this is the right time for Ronaldo to do what he does? Let's say, for argument's sake, Mendes says to him, no, don't leave. He's coming back. How are the players going to look at him? So I want to hear your views. This is what I want us to discuss. Shakes, what do you think?
Yeah, Prasobri, we all know that Ronaldo is one of the best players in the world, and he strives on hard work and his discipline, and that's what makes him the best and scoring goals. So I think he has been frustrated a lot at Man United. He made the choice to go to Man United, and it started off well with him scoring goals there and showing us that he's a goal scoring machine. But I think he's starting to get frustrated because Man United are not gelling, and with the quality of players that Man United has, and you must remember they're the most expensively assembled team. You would expect better. So I think he's frustrated. But the question is he raising his frustrations in the proper way, in the proper manner, and at the right time? Because everything has its timing, I mean, the team is struggling right now. They need a Ronaldo to bang the goals in for them, the Ronaldo to lift the team, a player like Ronaldo to lift the team. So I think the timing of these reports it's really not good for Man United. Man United have a uphill battle, to try and get that number 4 spot, the Champions League spot. And teams like Arsenal are playing very well right now, and they're competing for that spot. So I think right now that's where the focus should be. The team should be together, united, and Ronaldo should be leading that team as the big player that he is right now. He shouldn't be causing divisions or unnecessary thoughts of him leaving Man United at this point in time. I think the timing is just wrong. I really respect Ronaldo as a player, a big player, and I expect him to try and make the guys one unit there instead of breaking the team up and having all these reports that we are hearing. I expect a better response on the pitch rather than off the pitch.
I may be wrong. This is my theory. I think Ronaldo is being frustrated by Messi winning the titles. That's all I can think. You know what? I think that frustrates him. And then if he doesn't qualify for the Champions League, he just sees that no Ballon d'Or again. That's my feeling. I may be wrong. You people out there, you may also have your view. And then he's aware that Messi is already now contending for the FIFA Player of the Year, and Messi is going to take it. I'm confident about that. He's going to take it. So these are things that frustrate him. And for me, I think the people who are surrounding him are the people to blame. Look, Ronaldo is a big star. Ronaldo is doing very well. But Shakes, I don't know whether during your playing time, you had somebody, who was very close, who was frank, talking to you, showing you where you are wrong. In a frank manner, showing you that, Shakes, I love you, I support you, but I feel here you are doing things wrong. I'll tell you why am I saying this. You see, if I was advising Ronaldo, I would have said, don't talk too much. Because if you talk too much, you create pressure on yourself. talk in the field of play. Don't talk too much. Let your sister not talk too much. Let your mother not talk too much. Remember Griezmann when he was with Barcelona? His uncle was saying this, people in the family, you know, they create pressure on a player. And Griezmann was struggling. Now he's with Atletico Madrid. We don't hear the uncle talking anymore. And why they were talking the uncle? Because they were worried about Messi. And Messi was not worried about them. I don't know, that's me, Shakes. That's me. I would have said to Ronaldo, don't worry, don't look at Messi. And look at what Messi does. Messi says, no, I'm not going to talk about myself. Let people talk. And focus. That's all. That's me. That's me. I don't know. What's your take on that? On what I've said?
Yeah, no, I hear you, Prasopri. It's true, you know, when you talk off the pitch and the team is not doing well, you are just creating more pressure on yourself, you know. I think Ronaldo's main focus is to try and bang in those goals, you know. That's what we know him for. That's what makes him the best, not the off the field antics. That one is not going to help him. So I think he must just prove himself on the field, you know. And you're right. I'm sure that is on the back of his mind, the fact that he might not play Champions League, and that would be the biggest downfall for him as a player. You know, one of the best players in the world playing in the Europa. I think that one worries him a lot. So he wants to make sure that the team shapes up and start playing to their ability so that they can qualify for that fourth spot in the Champions League. I mean, it's difficult there. You've got Man City who are running away with the league. You've got Liverpool who don't lose to just any team. And you've got Chelsea now picking up. The likes of Lukaku are them. They're doing well. And Arsenal with Arteta have shown that they can compete this season. So the competition is tough, and he's feeling the pressure. So I think the only way he needs to deal with this is by doing what he does best and bringing in those goals and shutting us up if we are wrong about him, you know. But Brasobre, I've yet to hear anything from him as a player, a statement from him as a player. So I'm not sure about the rumors, but if that's the case, I just think Ronaldo has to focus on his football and focus on scoring goals and leave the outside the field antics.
Having said that, Shakes, I think he should issue a statement.
Yes.
To say, is it true or not? If it's true, it will damage his image. And Shakes, you are correct. You know what? I think he's obsessed. Remember, Ronaldo is the player that has performed well in the Champions League more than any other player in the world. Him and Zinedine Zidane. And I think he's worried about that record, that Messi is going to catch up. Messi is a problem for him. That's where the problem is. And while I'm still there, Shakes, we haven't credited you much. People should know that you played with Messi. You played with Ronaldinho. You played with Samuel Eto'o, the president of, is it Cameroon Federation. So we haven't credited you for that. And we need to use that picture as a background where we see you with Ronaldinho. People must know that you played with the best. You are not just an ordinary person, you see. So that's my worry. I'm saying if that's not true, he must issue a statement. The statement must be issued by Ronaldo to say, oh, guys, that's not me. I don't know where these things comes from, and discipline everybody who surrounds him. You know, like I said at some point, sometimes you hear the sister saying whatever that she says, the mother, call them to order. Remember with Mbappe, that's what he's trying, that showed up a little bit with the mother at some point. You know, you discipline people next to you, let them not talk about, they are not players. Why are they talking? And I've given you an example now of, what is his name again? Of Griezmann. And we saw what happened to Griezmann. Because they were looking off what was happening outside. But people out there, let's hear from you. Do you think this is correct if it's true that Ronaldo called an agent meeting for with the agent so that they can evaluate? So we don't know where the problem is. Is the problem with the coach? But I doubt the problem is with the coach. What happened to Solskjaer? What happened to David Moyes? What happened to big coaches were there at Man United, Mourinho, and so on? So are they all these coaches wrong? What about the management? All right. And then they brought Ronaldo to bring stability. People like Alex Ferguson, they're giving support. Alex Ferguson is the person who recommended David Moyes. Alex Ferguson is the person who recommended that Ronaldo should be brought in. What about those people? Is it not the time that they look on the people who are advising them? That's my question. So probably you out there, you have your own views. Do you think, I don't know what's your take. If I was somebody who's advising Ronaldo, forget about what's happening outside, focus on the football, just like Shakes is saying, banging goals, silence us, some of us who are talking too much. Remember, we are the armchair critics. We know football than footballers. So shut our mouth. And then by playing well, because it's easy for us sitting on our sofas here and criticizing, but we are not in the field of play. So just do that to prove them wrong. And that's it. So that's it. Shakes, thank you very much. I really appreciate, unless there's anything that you'd like to add on this particular topic.
No, thank you. Thank you, Supra Sopri, for having me.
No, Shakes, we need to honor you, man. You did well. You played with the big boys, well footballers. I mean, some of us, we just watch Messi on TV. You played with him, you know. Not only Messi, you played with Ronaldinho. That should go down in history. As I hope the people in Davidton, they honor you. Davidton, they must honor you, not only Davidton. And where again, Shakes, is in Mutu?
Mutu.
Yeah, I think, you should be honored. You know, in our group, remember Taborama Happy?
Yes.
Was saying a person like Jerry Skosana should be honored because Jerry made us win the champion CAF.
Yes.
That should be taken into consideration. We should cherish people who made us what we are as a township. And you have made Davidton one of the big townships on the map with what you did. Shakes, thank you very much. Yeah, I know that our tournament, the Shakes Mangoban Ngwenya tournament is coming when? In April, isn't it?
Yes, in April, Prasobre.
And then it's happening in Kwaggafontein.
Yes.
In Kwaggafontein, yeah. We need to start talking about it all the time, reminding people, because April is not far, all right? And then big up for the big effort that we are doing, just keeping our kids away from street and making sure that they play football. We want to produce the more Shakes Mangoba Ngwenya going forward. Thank you very much, Shakes. Much appreciated.
Thank you.